Hello guys, Prince here, and today, as I promised, I wanted to talk about the other trailers that I didn't cover yet. Obviously, watched every single one of them. The hype is real for Monster Hunter Wilds, and what can I say? Let's just analyze them. So, I'm just this is just gonna be a very quick run through um, for these videos because I mean you guys have watched them pretty much 1,000 times if you're hyped about Monster Hunter, obviously. So this is the first trailer. Well, they showed I think
Hi.
state of play could be.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started.
Obviously, love these new characters.
You bet.
I hope we find them soon.
That's a little bit of hints at the story. So we're searching the probably the parents of this guy, this little boy. And we see this shot. This shot here is fantastic. It's very Monster Hunter for you kind of vibe. The desert here looks amazing. Here too with the little lake here, the little oasis. Is that how you say it in English? Well, this looks fantastic with the Chatacabra here chilling in the water is so beautiful.
Incredible. I've never heard of a Karachnoth herd this big before.
Correct.
One of them's got big spikes on its back.
Here it's kind of showing the differences between the basically the new thing about Monster Hunter Wilds, the kind of weather changing, the climate changing, it's shifting.
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the.
And here, obviously, the Shagma, this new creature that looks kind of like the Gosarag of Monster Hunter Rise, but it's quite different, obviously, if you look at it a little better, especially now that they are overviewing the weapons and all that. We get to see the Shaguma a little better. It looks different, but at first glance, we all thought this was like a variant of a Gosarag.
The desert.
Right.
So you're showing that you can use basically environment to separate the alpha of the how is it called? Fuck, I forgot the name. Well, they hunt as a pack. Yeah, the you separate the leader of the pack basically because that's your main. Usually, I would expect that's your objective of the hunt. So you want to separate him from the rest of the pack, and you can use the environment as well as probably traps, flashes, and whole sorts of things that we are used in Monster Hunter. Now they're showing the sandstorm, which is another climate change of the this new map that I forgot the name, but we're gonna be visiting the site pretty soon. Now we get to see the sand pits.
Now commencing the hunt by order of the guild.
So now here in this part of the trailer, they kind of wanted to show, even though they didn't see it yet, but they kind of wanted to show the fact that you can initiate the hunt on the fly in this new Monster Hunter Wilds. We're not yet sure if you can select the quests at the village like the old Monster Hunters, and that's like still an option, you know? Or you just have to roam around, find the monster you're looking for, and there you go, quest starting. I would prefer there's both ways personally because during like the early stages of your campaign, if we want to call it that way, you might find very useful this new feature of roaming around the map, finding the monster, initiating the quest right away. It might be super useful and very fun actually. But the thing is, like, as you get to the end game and you kind of want to farm the same monster over and over again, this method here might be a little bit more frustrating unless they did it in a way that um, that lets you like localize the monster specifically and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know how they will do it, how it's gonna work exactly. But I hope there's a way that doesn't exactly frustrate the player when he wants to farm the same monster, especially if it's a rare one and it doesn't spawn very often, like elder dragons and whatnot. But anyway, here they wanted to show this, and they're showing the sandstorm as well. They're showing that these Karatanov, I think they're called, the males have this huge spike here that basically attracts the lightning and protects his pack, you know, the females basically. And they're showing the basically the environment and the climate can actually impact the hunt severely. The monsters become aggressive probably because, you know, scared. They get more on the offense. And as you can see, this guy's throwing Karaktanov females at the player. Here we get to see for the first time, the Chatacabra. Uh, Obviously, it could be pronounced very differently, but as of right now, we don't know. So for me, it's Chatacabra. And it looks like a mix between a toad. It's like a toad and I don't know, like it's it looks like a big toad with like huge arms. And as you can see, as very like his saliva is very useful for him because not only it disturbs the player in this situation because he can lick the ground and make it slimy, but also when he does that, he can then put his arms on the ground and basically the saliva is gonna act like a it's gonna stick rocks onto his arms so he can use them effectively against you. You see now he has all the rocks on his arms. Here they're showing the fact that you can call the Sacred, which is the new mount, the new little body that looks like a mix between a bird and a dinosaur. Well, you can call it. I don't know if it's gotta be done preemptively, or you can just call it on the fly. But basically, when you get hit, this is gonna this is gonna happen. He picks you up. Now they're showing obviously the monsters interacting with each other, especially this is the Scar something. I forgot the name of it, but this situation, this state here, is when monster starts becoming, hungry, and this is probably gonna happen. You know, these velociraptors that we still don't know the name of, they're probably gonna become hungry and attack large monsters that aren't as scary as the apexes like Rathalos or Diablos. You know what I mean? This is like, this is insane. Oh, here they showing that you can switch your weapon on the fly. You put you put down your greatsword here, and you pick up your heavy bowgun. There you go. And I'll show you some gameplay. Focus mode. The counter of Greatsword. Big attack. I don't know what this is. This is a focus arc.
I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
Thank you, sir.
Classic SOS flare. He calls the other hunters. Big focus clash. This is how I call it. We don't know yet the name, I think. But this is basically gonna happen if you guard at the right moment on specific monsters' attacks. When you're in focus mode, this is gonna happen. And it looks kind of like a beam struggle between you and the monster. And the other players get to attack, you can see them behind. Yeah, this is very sick. And then we get to see the second trailer, which still a little bit of story. They show a little bit how the story quests are gonna be working out. And let's see it right away. Here they also showing the monster that was creating the pitfalls in the first trailer. This big war kind of monster. It's a
Over there!
Leviathan. See, it looks like a worm.
Why are you here?
You can't do this alone!
We need to shake them off! Follow me! Yeah!
And obviously, in case you've been wondering, they confirmed that obviously not every monster is gonna hunt on packs. We see the Chatacabra, the frog from the previous video. That monster probably won't hunt as a pack, but they're obviously showing the new feature of monsters that will hunt as packs, just like the Shagama, and this one I kind of forgot. I think it's called the Balhara, and this guy, this Leviathan hunts as a pack as well.
Here it comes!
There's too many of them!
Watch out for that glove! I will draw its iron! Cover me!
You got it. Be careful.
Be ready!
So basically, what these guys do is that they shoot some kind of saliva, slimy oil at you, I believe it's like a mud kind of thing. But basically, what it does is that they put their scents on you, okay, so they can like detect you anytime they want.
If we can make it to the rocks, we may lose them! As I feared, it picked up our scent.
I'll handle it. You find someplace safe.
Thank you.
This is the big guy. This is the alpha of the pack. This is amazing. And obviously here they're gonna show a new wyvern, probably categorized as a flying wyvern, because his four limbs are basically a fusion between four limbs and wings, just like any other flying wyvern. Even though he assumes a pose, kind of a stance that looks very similar to monsters like Gormagala or Seregios and whatnot, he still is just a wyvern. I mean, Seregios is, and the Gormagala is just not classified. but you got what I mean. Very cool.
Don't worry, the hunter is here. Just watch. You'll see what hunting is all about.
And then obviously the trailer's finished, so this is what we have here for the moment. Aside the the videos about the mechanics and the weapons. Uh, I kind of want to cover the mechanics as well. So, sorry. Right here we have. I think I'm gonna start with basic mechanics overview. Um, so for any of you that is kind of new to the game, this is not really gonna help you that much. It's just gonna give you a slight grasp of how Monster Hunter functions, but Monster Hunter has a lot of small rules to it. So unless you actually play the game, I don't feel like you're gonna get a feeling of how it functions really. But let's watch it. So hunters have two weapon states, sheathed and drawn. That's true. When you run around like this with your weapon sheathed, basically you can decide to run instead of just walking. You can use your items that you have in your pouch and sorry, that you have in your inventory, and you can pick up things from the ground like herbs and bugs and whatnot. And obviously, you can still dodge and do all sorts of things. You can climb and whatever. But that's basically like just think about it like on and off. So this is off. You can do a lot of things, but you're not in combat mode, right? And then there's the combat mode is basically on. Okay, when you're on, you cannot do a lot of things that you were doing before, but you can use the combat. Okay, see, you can heal, can run, and now he has his weapon out. And obviously, here shows that your movement is limited, but not as limited as you see it here. That's just because the Greatsword is, well, great. It's very heavy. So, super heavy weapons will basically nerf your movement. Um, most Mostly it's just a basic movement, then you get the dodges, and there's ways of feeling like you can still like move in a proper way during the combat. But obviously, if you just simply walk, you're gonna be really slow. This is the mount. Very cool. It can bring you anywhere basically. You just use it to move faster, and you can still do the things that you were doing when you were on your feet. So you can pick up your items, you can heal, you can sharpen your weapons. They're gonna show this. You see, now it's showing that he is guiding you to the objective. You can heal. Sorry. You can sharpen your weapon, you can gather. And you can switch your weapon, I forgot to mention. So basically how this mechanics is gonna work, I believe the site does not mention this, but in a lot of interviews, they basically confirm that you can bring any weapon as a secondary. Okay, you can bring. Now they're showing great sword and heavy bowgun. you can actually bring anything like sword and shield plus dual blades. You can do whatever, and you can even bring like a great sword and a secondary great sword. Like you can do whatever. It's pretty cool. And the slinger is coming back from World. This is a mechanic introduced in World, and it was very cool. I really liked it personally. You pick up some ammo from like the environment, and you can shoot it at the monster to create different effects based on the ammo that you picked up. It's pretty fucking cool. And now they're showing that you can gather from distance, even on Sacred. Even when you're mounted, you can do that. Very cool. Very interactive. See, now he's gonna pick up this. There you go. So, this is just basic stuff, and they also showed focus mode briefly. This is a new mode in which when you get into focus mode, you basically activate a reticle that allows you to aim better. You can aim better, so you get to hit the monster parts that you are aiming for. Pun intended. And basically, it also allows you to do certain actions, and we're gonna see it briefly here. And it has like some hidden mechanics that are not very clear yet. For example, we have seen certain weapons, for example, Greatsword, as I was mentioning before, doing a good with a good timing. He did a guard that created a clash between between the player and the monster, and that was a focus guard. So focus mode guard. Sorry. So let's see. See, you see the reticle. You can aim. It shows you exactly this. Attacks or guards you perform in focus mode will be directed where the camera is facing. There we go. Now, exactly here, he did a slash that created a wound. This is a new mechanic in Monster Hunter Wilds that works very similarly to Monster Hunter Iceborne. I forgot the name of it. Basically, sorry. In Monster Hunter Iceborne, you use the Clutch Claw to tenderize the monster parts, and that will basically make the the monster part kind of softer in a way. So you have easier time attacking that part of the monster, and this is very similar in a way. Just now, instead of doing the stupid clutch claw animation that was kind of boring to repeat over and over, now you just hit a monster part repeatedly, and you eventually will create this wound. And that wound, now they're gonna show that you deal more damage. But also, there's gonna be focus strikes attacks that we will eventually see in the video. See the wound, the red part. Now they're also showing that if you go into focus mode, you see the reticle here. He is in focus mode now. He can see better the wound because the scout flies, which are these little bugs, will basically help you showing these wounds and weak spots of the monster. So now it's showing that he did a 55 damage here. Now, because he hit a wound, he did 68. He shows the difference, obviously. he shows that even weak spots are going to be highlighted, not just wounds, even weak spots. For example, this Chatacabra here did a move and he left his tongue out, which is his weak spot. And these are focus spots. And basically, these actions, you can do them in focus mode, and whenever you are targeting a weak spot of the monster or a wound, you can do these focus strikes on him, and they will deal a lot of damage and consume the wound. Well, basically, the wound is just gonna regenerate, it's just gonna disappear. Otherwise, these moves would be just simply spammable, right? But they're a pretty cool way to reward you from creating the wounds, and because they allow you to deal some extra damage. Bam, 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 bam. Very cool. Just showing heavy bowgun focus strike. So now I wanted to just simply do a review of Greatsword and call it call it a day for this video, which is in very long. It's gonna be very short. Okay, I'm gonna try to analyze everything we see. So it's a very slow weapon, and for anyone that is new, this is a very slow weapon, but it rewards you with fucking big strikes. Like, this weapon does massive damage, okay? And it's actually easy to play at first, just very like high ceiling, you know. You can get better and better and better because as you go, as you progress in your Monster Hunter journey, you'll eventually get better at like the flow of the hunt, especially against certain monsters. You're gonna learn their patterns and whatnot, and your positioning will start to get better and better with this weapon, which is key to success. See, this is a classic charged slash. You can charge it to 3 different levels, and this was, I think, fully charged. It shows you that you can also just run, hit, and dodge away. You can tackle. This is a specific action. Basically, it tanks a hit of the monster. You will get a reduced damage, obviously, and it allows you to keep going. This is a guard, simple. This is a new action. This is a new action. This is a counter. You do this. I think you do it in focus mode, but I could be wrong. That was a charged uppercut slash upper slash. That was not present in the recent games. So basically, I think when you charge this slash, if you release it at the right timing, you get this counter action that is gonna allow you to do this follow-up that we will see briefly now. So you get the counter and the follow-up. Strike. And here we get the focus clash. This is how I call it. Here they're showing another new mechanic that they haven't talked about, but a lot of content creators talked about this in their in their interviews. So basically, this is gonna be like a sneak attack, like a backstab of Dark Souls. You know what I mean? Like the monster does not see you. He hasn't he hasn't detected you yet. And you can release a powerful blow to start the hunt. And this is the true charge to slash. Very huge damage on that one. So overall, really like the changes of Greatsword obviously. I don't think there's a weapon I really dislike. But Greatsword is one of the good ones. And thank you guys for watching, and see ya in the next videos where I'll cover like um, a couple of more weapons, obviously. And um, obviously, if they release a trailer in Gamescom, I'm gonna react, or at the very least analyze that one. And again, thank you guys, and see ya next time.